Today I'm going to walk through the 5 stages of I put up 10 fingers. I don't know why I just did that. Make sure you all can see me better. But five. And I'm going to go over these 5 stages of how local businesses should be using AI and automations to really get ahead in business, get ahead of competitors, get more customers, and overall save time. Those things are very important. And uh, today I'm walking through these 5 stages, and these 5 stages is what I use for businesses I work with. And as we go through this, I want you to think about your business. Think about it. Think about your processes. Think about what you're spending a lot of time on. Think about what you have to hire for. Think about, these things that you have to do to systematize everything because you have to overall, and specifically think about what's going on. And by the end, you should know exactly which stage is costing you most right now for the 5 stages, right? One question to think about is, off the top of your head, what is your Google review count? Because that right there, knowing that off the top means that you are looking to get found, and you're engaging with the people who are leaving reviews, and you are being on top of that, right? And that's actually what I want to show right now. Let me share my screen. So right here is those 5 stages I was talking about. The 5-part system every local business needs to stop losing customers for one, but gain customers. And it's like a double-edged sword, you may say, because at the same time, you're losing customers and you're looking to gain customers, but the system that you have in place is not helping you gain those customers. It's making you lose customers because, for one, you need to get found. So you need to show up when customers are doing their search. So if I go to Google and I'm looking for a plumber and find you, what happens? Like, what am I looking at? Right? What type of, what are you presenting to me to make me want to choose you? Do I'm looking at your reviews? I'm looking at images, the pictures that you have. So one thing to note is I'm looking, okay, I'm looking for a plumber. You know, I don't know what's going on, but I know the pipes are really bad, and it gets, stuff coming up, and can't use the shower. And as a homeowner, you're like, well, I can't do none of these things and I have to do this. So you having those type of images, or showing those type of services, or showing even content about that, the content that you show needs to be relevant to that search. And that's how you get found. over and over and over because a lot of people are in these situations and they start to search online. A lot of them, a lot of people they use Google. People use Google, and things like they need to see is, for one, a complete Google profile, because that's going to overall help with Google bringing you people, because Google is a company that wants the person that is searching to have the overall best experience. So me being a homeowner, I need to be able to trust that I can go to Google and find someone that is going to fix my problem. That's where I go to find that. Now, this stage is about whether a stranger searching for what you do can actually find you. And most business owners just assume they show up just because they set up a Google, set up a website, set up some type of listing, ask for a couple of reviews. They think that they're just going to assume that they're just going to show up. Most of them don't really check or analyze or see what's going on. If you Google your own service in your city right now, where do you show up? First page, or have you ever checked it? Right. So when you go do that check, do it right now and let me know what you see. Let me know. Let me know what you see. Because what you see is what customers see. Potential customers, people who need you right now, but they're not able to see what they need from you to make them truly make that decision to make the next step. That next step could be calling the phone number directly. They can message you directly. They can go to your website, and you have to think about those next steps that a person would take in order for them to become your next customer. Now, that's the person doing the search, but also Google is ranking you and putting you in a certain listing from the top number one down to top trillion to bottom trillion, right? Search can go on forever, but the ones that get picked are the ones that's mainly in the Google map pack, where it's the first three. That pack right there shows everything. And they're right there because they could be either, sponsored, they could be running advertisements, but also they could be uh, you know, overall they could just have their whole Google listing put together. It's fully complete, the whole profile. Because Google ranks local businesses on three things, right? The profile that needs to be complete, the review volume, and whether the website backs up what you are listing. So everything that needs to go hand in hand. If you are doing um, you know, plumbing in a certain area, it's good to have that on your website as well. So if I service, let's say, what's a good area? Let's say I service Libertyville, north suburb of Chicago. People would like to know that so they can know that you're going to get to them quickly, because you may not serve these people all the way on the other side of Chicago, south suburbs, like maybe Holland. So when people are doing that certain search and they're in Libertyville, they can find a page that's very put together for them, so they can make that decision and understand that you service the area, you fix these type of problems, and you got a good team. Like they can see that you do good work. They can look at reviews, but they also can look at the things you have accomplished within your business. Now, one thing to note is most profiles are half filled out, which is why good businesses get buried under worse ones. That well, you get buried under companies that are worse than yours. Well, no, your company is good. Your company could be good, but companies that have that system put together, or their online presence and their Google field business profile filled out, and they just got the whole thing put together. But they actually are maybe do worse of service than you, or they're not good as you, or maybe you know you could have made a better deal for them. They simply just did those things they had to put together so they get clicked and they get found and they're able to make that customer theirs. So once people understand they need to be found, the next question is obvious, right? What happens after you get found? Being found is great, but what happens the moment someone actually reaches out? When they actually make that decision to call, maybe fill out a quote or send some type of message. So one thing to note in this stage right here is how finished Google profiles get buried. Completing it is the fastest ranking fix available, right? Get it all in sync. Like someone was trying to join. All right. So okay, now let's go over the second stage. Now, the second stage is focusing on capturing leads. First one is getting found. Now, when you get found, you got to be able to capture that lead, because again and again and again, like I come across a lot of businesses who could get customers on their page, or people that that's very interested, that need their service, or maybe they are running advertisements on certain platforms, maybe like Facebook, no matter Yelp, you know those different type of platforms where they're running ads. I've seen people actually send traffic right from those platforms to a page, or a broken system, basically, which ultimately makes them lose money, because you have to pay for that lead to get there. because you were visible, because the ad platform was able to make you visible in front of somebody that was doing that search. That person clicked over and then got lost, but you may think that the advertising that you're running are not doing well, but really it's the system you have in place that didn't capture that lead fully. So getting found doesn't matter if interested people have no easy way to reach you, or if you miss them when they call. So a question is for you all: when you miss a call because you're on a job, what happens next? Because I'm sure you're missing calls left and right, or you miss calls and you may check your voicemails at the end of the day, or go back and try to call people back at the end of the day. But ultimately, like, my question is, does that person hear from you at all? How soon do they hear from you? What's the way that you get them to hear back from them? How many of those people you actually hear back from? So I usually hear things, like, you usually call back later, or you may think the person will call you back, but like, really, they're going to move on, because it's a lot of competition out there, a lot of options. They're on Google. They can go to the next listing. They're going to pick up the phone, and they responded. They were quick. That's the person that's going to win that job. Now, a missed call with no instant follow up is a lost customer more often than not. That's why I recommend, or that's why I actually install and put together, or that's what needs to be in place, is a something like a simple automatic text message. The moment a call is mixed, it keeps the conversation alive without you doing anything extra. So you call, you're looking for a new air conditioner system. You call, they don't pick up the phone, but you get a text message right back. And from there, you're able to book that free estimate. You're not actually going to keep looking around trying to find other people to call when you already just booked that free estimate, which you were looking to do anyway. But you can have that link in there for them to book the free estimate, and also they could go to your website. You could direct them to your website where you have a agent basically on your website that's able to answer those type of questions in a chatbot. So if they want to just upload um, their current installation system, how it looks, the size of their home, you could have them, take any type of pictures that you need. You may need, have them take pictures of where the tech's going to park at, so you can know what it's going to look like for you to bring that HVAC system up and install it, so you can really understand what you're dealing with. And also that person could, uh you can have it to where that person can get some type of estimate, so that's going to get that you pay quicker, and them understanding what needs to be done overall. So it's all about capturing that lead and being able to have that lead have the best experience. Um, because there's no reason to miss out on the lead because you're on a job when you can have this system in place that's going to ultimately keep that keep that lead that you maybe have paid for through some advertisement or got found because they went on Google and searched, or they started just just looking around in the area. Now capturing the lead is step one, but a captured lead that never gets followed up with is just a name sitting on a notebook or a missed call sitting in the log. Now a missed call with no instant text back is usually a lost customer. All right, all right. See what's going on out here. Any questions? Yeah. And I recommend that text message. Just have something straight to the point. You want to get that person to be able to book or be able to answer any questions. And that's what the AI chat can really help with. Having those two together really has hands off. And even if you're a different type of business, like HVAC business, but it works well with, like, say, if someone's looking for a chiropractor, man, their back hurt, or they have questions about, and their ankle hurt. They can get this type of information that if you have like information like a blog or these articles they could read about, and the AI can find that for them instantly and just provide them with that. They could see maybe a video on it. They could see what you've written about it, and they can learn about how the ankle hurting could be something that a chiropractor can help with. So a person learning that from you, that's going to help them become your customer or your patient just by getting that information and you showing them the way to get that help that they would need. Now, most people need several touch points before they ever decide. And that system is part of multiple touch points that you're helping a person from different type of angles, basically. You're being quick, you're getting them information, you're showing them where you how you can help them. You're showing them the complete easy next step. Um, but also, if they do not take that next step, you have a way to collect their, like, let's say, email. You can get the phone number, and this when you follow up with them after them being able to, see that information. Like the more and more they're able to see that information, warms them up even more and more and more. The more that lead is hot, the more they're likely to become your next customer. So you follow up with them so you can convert them into a customer. You provide an offer for them during your follow up, and you just keep reaching out with even more information about maybe their ankle. Let them know about foot, lower back. You can let them know about. Let's go back to the HVAC where you can let them know more about um, you know, the right type of filters to use, when to start, doing maintenance, and you just give them that type of information that's going to make that customer understand more and know how to take the next step. So be honest, when the lead doesn't respond right away, how many times do you actually follow up before giving up on them? Right? You may just hit them up. You may just hit them up that day. Hey, you missed your appointment, or hey, you filled out some information, and you know, how's it going? How's your day? Are you looking to book an appointment here? Click here, or do you follow up throughout the week? Now, this part could be automated as well. This means a lead gets a consistent series of texts and emails over several days without you lifting a finger. It runs whether you are on a roof, under a sink, or even sleep. How's that sound, right? You don't have to get up and hey, text and follow up with them, and because you're so busy that get into a business that's scaling and growing. You deal with more complexities. You're everywhere. You may wear so many different hats. You you got to deal with this. You got to deal with that, and you're everywhere. Sometime following up with customers should be something that you should not have to do. That could be automated, and it's going to turn cold leads into booked appointments without you chasing anyone. Now, once leads are converted into actual jobs, the next opportunity is what happens after the job is done, right? What happens after that job is done? You did all this following up, or you did what you have to do to convert that cold lead into a booked appointment. They warmed up so much that they became your customer. Because again, most leads need 5 to 8 touch points. Most owners stop at 1 and 2. If you went through 8 touch points, 5 to 8 touch points to get that customer, and they actually do a job with you, there's another opportunity after that job is done to really keep that customer, your customer, forever, right? And bringing you more customers, bringing their friends. Everyone has friends, right? Letting other homeowners know, giving them that, giving it to them directly, the link, your link to book. Now, every complete job that you do is a potential 5-star review. Now, most go to waste because nobody asks at the right moment, or they don't ask at all. So, my question to you is, after you finish a job, what's your actual process for asking that customer for a review? Walk me through it. Let me hear it. I'm hearing he asked them. Okay, that's good. Oh, you say, they just do it anyway, huh? Sometimes you forget, and you feel like right now you may even you feel like you're so good that you don't have to even ask. You feel like you got enough reviews already. But even if you feel that way, that you got thousands of reviews, Google also looks at how recent did you get those reviews. because if I'm looking for something, yeah, I can see good reviews, but if the reviews were from 5 years ago, it may not, sit well with me versus me seeing a company that I'm seeing great reviews from a week ago that you also engaged with and responded to. I may, choose that company that have the more recent reviews because that's more, I feel like more of a signal that I'm going to get the proper service. Now, reviews are one of the strongest signals that Google uses to decide who ranked first. Now, an automated text or email after every completed job asking for a review with a direct link turns happy customers into your best marketing without any extra effort. That's like sitting out an army of the best soldiers in the world to keep on building your dynasty. And they just believe in it so much that they're willing to tell the whole world. That's what you could do with those reviews and getting them automated, keep building them up, keep, keep keeping them recent. And that's when the system comes into play to make that happen. Now, your reputation feeds back into stage one. Right now, we're on stage four. This right here feeds back into stage one by getting you found more. It's feeding it. Your reputation is building. It's going to feed that stage one. See how it's just generating? It's going to keep strengthening it. But there's a stage most business owners completely skip, and it's often the most valuable one in the room, which is staying connected. Now, more reviews directly improve Google ranking. So you should automate the ask every time. Keep building that reputation. And then you always stay connected. Now, the people who have worked with you, ultimately, they trust you and they know you did a good job for them. You did a great service for them. They were going to refer you and they want you to keep growing your business and they're always going to go to you, right? They already paid you. And all of that is the hardest part of any sale. And that's already done. And it's just it's kind of crazy to me because most businesses never speak to that list again. Those people that bought from you, that already trust you, that already was your customer. You never speak to that list. You're always looking for new customers around, new people. But that's where a mishap can happen, a gap that needs to be in sync with this flow of getting new customers and is just staying connected. Now, think about how many customers you've done work for in the last few years. Now, now think about how many of them actually heard from you since the job ended. Be honest with yourself. How many of the, how many of them got just a message back or email or maybe a call. Okay. You say you post on social media. See, the thing about just posting on social media is that that's the platform's people, right? When they're connected with you, they're on your platform. On other platforms, Instagram, Facebook, if you want to keep connecting with those people, you have to, you know, you can always have to pay for that, running ads or, you know, that's the difference in between that. Like you already, this is the people that's free for you to market to when they're on your list. Over there, you're paying, you're renting, you got to keep up with it, and they ultimately could be cold. They have to build that trust with you versus people that already built that trust with you. You could market to them because they already like what you produce, right? Now, reaching back out to past customers costs nothing compared to paying for ads to find brand new strangers, right? A simple message to your existing list, a returning customer offer, or a friendly check in can fill your schedule without spending a dollar on advertising. This list is one lead source you fully own. No platform, no algorithm, no ad budget required. None. This is the one that you truly keep building, and that's going to be one of the greatest assets for your business. You already own the list. No platform can take that away. Now, you heard of how platforms could change the algorithm. Now you feel like your views are being suppressed. You feel like you're not reaching out to the same people. They just switched it up on you. On your platform, that's not going to happen. So here's the full picture. There's 5 stages, each one feeding the next. And the question isn't whether this works. It is which stage is costing your business the most right now. That's exactly what we figure out together. Now, which of the 5 stages do you think is your biggest gap right now? Okay. Yeah. Staying connected. Yeah. Building reputation, following up. Definitely. Because again, got to follow up 5 to 8 times. Yeah. So, man, I'm hearing everyone, and we're going to keep this going. I know we went over about 10 minutes, but we really went over a lot of valuable things today. Um, so again, we're going to be doing this again next week. I'm going to send over a link. You could keep registering for it, so you keep getting valuable knowledge that's going to keep helping you grow your business, get more customers, save time. And right here, we went over the 5-part system that every local business needs. So one, stop losing customers, but also gain customers and also automate, save time. So one, you want to get found. Two, you want to capture leads. Three, you want to follow up and convert. Four, you want to build reputation. and 5, you want to stay connected. And right there, that's the 5 stages. That's the 5 stacks. And keep on coming along. I'll show you how to put all these 5 stacks together in a way that's going to work for you. Peace.